Welcome to Garage Sales Unhinged.
where the characters are as quirky as the finds.
I'm Julie.
And I'm Jake.
Join us as we dive into the wild world of garage sales, yard sales, estate sales, and anywhere secondhand sales are happening.
From bizarre bargains to hilarious haggles.
You won't believe the stories we've got lined up.
Let's get unhinged.
Jake, when's the last time you went to an estate sale?
Very recently.
Really? How do you know?
How do I know?
Yeah.
When I went to the estate sale?
Yeah, was it memorable? Like what makes you like, hey, it was recent?
Well, it was the property immediately behind mine.
Dun 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 dun.
And I was shopping for 3 people at this estate sale, which made it lots of fun.
It did feel like you were on like a grocery games, like running around the house, taking photos, sending it to me and mom. And we're like, oh, we want this, we want that, we want this, and we want that. You're like, please just slow down.
So to kind of set the scene here for folks, if you've been our listener that's listened to these podcasts for some reason, you know that I've got a long running thing with the property behind mine. The owner passed away a year plus ago. Very
Hold
sad.
on. Let's tell people Jacob was not the cause of her passing away.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't go around causing estate sales.
No. We might, poke things with a stick after the fact, but we do not cause those things. But they finally found an heir to the property who live out of state. They've got their established family. It seems like they had no relationship with the deceased whatsoever. So they weren't interested in any of the stuff. They just didn't want to be responsible for the back taxes or anything like that. So they were like, hey, sell all the stuff. They contracted with an estate sale group and had it happen. And because I connected with people involved in the sale previously, they knew that, hey, have you been mowing this yard? Like, yeah, I have, because no one else was. And it was looking really bad. And I don't want critters to get into my yard, if they're like enticed by all this overgrown grass. So yeah, I've been mowing the yard. What about it? And well, thank you. Oh, okay.
You were ready to fight, and they were like, well, thank you, we appreciate it. You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. But they said, hey, this is when the pre-sale is. Come, if you're interested, come to the pre-sale. I was like, oh yeah, for sure. So that's where I go to the pre-sale, and I think I might have been one of 3 people that showed up to the pre-sale. So more or less had the run of the place. And I let you and our mother know, hey, this is going on. You guys expressed interest on whether there would be an estate sale at this place ever. And I'm just running around the place taking pictures of everything. It's like I'm going in every room. And I think I got better at it as I went along. I was sending you guys photos. I go into a space and I take wide photos of all 4 walls so that you guys could zoom in on the photos and select the items that were of interest to you. How'd it go for you? How was your shopping experience, Julie?
Oh God, Jake, it was you would send pictures, but then you'd send them so fast that like if I wasn't constantly looking at my phone, I don't know where we were in the process. And I kind of wanted to tell you, I'm like, just FaceTime me. Like we can just do this over a video call. And you kept sending pictures. And then I was in like a shopping war with my mother. And I was like, Mom, I wanted that. And she's like, oh, okay. Like,
I did crack up at what you said. It was like, hey, who all bought what? So I know how we divvy up this bill. And you made me laugh. You said, you know what? Whatever Mom gets, I'll just get when she's dead. Like,
her mother was like, I'm still breathing, Julie. And I'm like, yeah, but honestly, how many more years, lady? Come on. I'm going to get it anyway. She's always trying to give me stuff now. And I'm like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
I want this patio furniture.
What I want are the things I have to take from you. But no, that was the estate sale. And there was all sorts of stuff going on there, wasn't there?
Well, and it was a really good estate sale, and I was actually shocked at The I mean, she had great stuff. Even whenever I went up there the following couple of days, when the first day of the estate sale, I bought more things because couldn't really see everything on the videos really well. But it was a really good estate sale. So, and then this past weekend, I went to another estate sale
Hmm.
that my husband had left the house early Sunday morning to go run some errands, and he gets back, and I'm about to leave to go to the gym, and he's like, "Oh, I saw a bunch of signs for an estate sale." I'm like, "Whoa, what? Like, where? Let's go." And he's like, "Oh, I'm not going with you." And I was like, "Perfect. Where is it?"
Even better.
Yeah. And actually that single interaction right there was a foretelling. So
Hmm.
it was in an extremely affluent area neighborhood of my city. And so I jumped in my very fast SUV and drove like a bat out of hell to get over there because it was the last day of this estate sale and everything was 50% off.
Right.
And the sale was from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And I got there at 11:20 and there were cars everywhere.
Oh.
And I mean, I was going into battle. I was going in. So I go to this estate sale. It's a beautiful home. On the inside,
Can I just say real quick before you like set the scene for us in lovely Verona? That is kind of a unique feeling, right? When you roll up to something like that where it's high stakes, this is discount day, here's all these other cars. You have to like more or less go from 0 to 100. You have to go in ready to be cutthroat, ready to just like you have to go into actually like hunter mode.
mhm.
You like to like transform from a human into like alter beast yourself into something that can identify something and grab it immediately. No second thoughts because somebody else like that's like an amazing like adrenaline thing to go through.
And that's actually what we're going to be talking about today
Oh,
because so I walk up to this house. It's a beautiful home. It was also the house is on the market. It's currently pending sale. And I like, man, I don't get to go in these multi-million-dollar homes that often, invited.
in
Like,
the like during the daylight. Yeah.
yeah. And great house. The inside was very dated, but I'm sure whoever bought it's going to come in and fix it right up and resell it for a few more million. Um, but they had an ungodly amount of Christmas decor. And I was telling one of my friends about going to this estate sale last night at dinner. And now that I know how estate sale companies operate, and I told her this, and she had no clue that they do this. But the likelihood of that household collecting that many Christmas ornaments, decor, wreaths, it was probably like those Christmas villages with the little buildings and stuff.
Mhm.
The likelihood of all of that coming from that house was very low. So estate sale companies, they do multiple estate sales. This also, to me, it looked like someone may have bought a storage unit that had a bunch of those things, or it was a liquidation sale. And whenever
Oh.
you take it to an estate sale and you can combine multiple things that are in that theme, well, your potential buyers are going to show up that day. And so if this estate sale company had, I mean, they probably had 200 boxes of these different like little Christmas things. And if they were sitting on that in their inventory, they're going, "Hey,
Mhm.
let's just take it to that estate sale." And even though they're going to sell it for 50%, quote unquote, 50% off, they're at least moving inventory and it's not going back to their storage unit.
That's
Um,
pretty interesting. So you're saying they're essentially transforming the residence, the estate residence into their kind of pop-up brick and mortar
yes. Well,
place.
and so, and again, a past episode that I did in a previous season was one of my friends, her parents were having an estate sale. They didn't have enough stuff for the estate sale company to say, yes, we'll do your parents' estate sale. But a house down the street also needed to have an estate sale, and they had to get everything out of that house because it was about to get torn down. And so they were able to bring everything from that other house to my friend's parents' house and had the estate sale in that house. So everything that they were selling in that sale didn't necessarily come from that family.
Got it.
It was just the venue to have this sell.
That's cool. Well, that's a good tip for people in that
Yes.
kind of situation. It makes no difference to the estate sale company as long as there's enough and the right kind of stuff. Then yeah, we can do
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Like estate sale companies, I mean, the difference between a estate sale company and a garage sale, estate sale companies are only going to sell things that have value to them. So,
Mhm.
like at a garage sale, you might find a ton of clothes or kids' toys or stuff like that. If it doesn't have enough value, an estate sale company is not going to take on that project to try to sell it. Are you planning a garage sale, yard sale, or estate sale and need some help? Look no further than Garage Sale Supply. They provide top notch resources and expert advice to help you host the perfect sale. From pricing tips to promotional strategies, they've got you covered. Visit garagesalesupply.com and make your next sale a success. I learned this technique from our parents. So, whenever you go into an estate sale, what do you tackle first?
What do you can you go further? What do you mean by what do you tackle first? Like what kind of products are you looking at?
So you had mentioned earlier of like you would get into that mindset of going 0 to 100. You're
Yeah.
going to make a beeline for something that you're finding. So an estate sale, it's essentially you have a floor plan of a house. What rooms are you going to aim for first to try to find the thing you want?
Well, it depends on what you want. What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, so what I learned from our parents, and I do this to this day, and again, like, for me, I don't really care about buying clothes, so I'm gonna not hit up the closets, the bedrooms, don't really care about buying linens or
Yeah.
shoes or anything like that. That's just not what I look for. What I'm trying to find are, um, plant pots, so, like, those ceramic heavy pots that are
Mhm.
very expensive to go and buy brand new. A
Mhm.
lot of times you're gonna find those in the garage or you're gonna find them outside in the backyard.
Right.
So whenever I get to an estate sale, the first places I go are the garage and the backyard, and then the next place I go is the kitchen.
I'll tell you, I totally believe you because you were very persistent about the planters and the pots
Yeah.
at the estate sale here. You were like wanted to know a lot about those. So
Yeah.
you're hitting the perimeter, right? You're shopping the perimeter first, looking for the pots and planters and stuff like that, and then the kitchen for the same reason.
Well, so if I'm going to buy something again, I'm utilitarian. I'm going to buy something that I am going to use or I'm going to give as a gift or something
Mhm.
like that. A lot of times I'll go into the kitchen because they're selling casserole dishes for super cheap and I can make a casserole, give it to a friend and leave the dish with them. I don't need it back. Right now I'm also in the market. I need a new Pyrex measuring cup because the lettering on my Pyrex is coming off, so I don't really know where the
I don't
half
know what the
cup mark
measurements
is.
are.
Yeah. So I need and you can always find a Pyrex measuring cup at an estate sale.
Yeah.
And so, like, that's right now I'm looking for a specific size, but also it's not a need. It's a want. I want to replace it. It's not a need. And so that's why, like, I hit the garage, and also the garage usually has tools. It has fishing gear. I love to fish. So you're going to find a lot of outdoor equipment in the garage, stuff like that. The backyard, you're going to find more of the gardening stuff.
Right. It's not like would be fun if you're in a state company. Just like let's mix it up.
Yeah.
Let's take all the yard stuff and put it in the bathroom, and let's take all the kitchen stuff and put it in the mailbox.
Yeah.
Like, but no, like essentially, like wherever you go on an estate sale, you want the bedroom stuff. Check the bedroom. It's kind of rocket science for sure.
Yeah. So, and then the kitchen, you're going to find your cups, your plates, maybe some pretty things to display food on. It's for me, like whenever I go to a wedding shower, a housewarming party, those are nice things that one are usually very good quality, but I don't spend brand new prices on it, but I can re-gift it to friends and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
those are kind of the things that I go to first. And then once I go through that, I see what all they have. Then I start going to the other rooms and whatever flow of the house it is. But yeah, that's kind of my like whenever I go in, and again for for people that go to estate sales pretty regularly, they start to create a routine of yes, I'm looking for these things. I know estate sales have good deals on some of these stuff. So like I want to be the first person to go in to find it. For some of my friends that are resellers and they do vintage clothing, they go to the closets first. They don't even look at anything else. Other resellers, I've seen people that collect toys or board games. Well, they go straight to wherever the gaming thing is in the house, and they start looking for that stuff. So I will say at this estate sale that I went to this past weekend, while there were so many people there, um, I went upstairs and the bed linens were nice, and I came really close. I'm like, "Oh, do I need these? I don't need any other bed linens. I'm fine." The one thing that I bought that I actually was just talking about with a friend the week before is that I needed a new piece of luggage that was a checked luggage size. So it's a little bit bigger than a carry-on luggage, but not as big as my big behemoth checked luggage that I currently have. Because my current large checked luggage bag can hold a medium-sized person.
Yeah.
It is rather large, and I'm like, every single time I take it somewhere, it looks like I'm moving halfway across the world, and I'm like, "I'm
Yeah.
not. I just need I needed something to, like, carry my ball gown in." I don't know, like, I needed something a little bit bigger.
Like,
So I
just
bought
stop asking questions. No, there's nothing illegal in there. Just
so I bought this piece of luggage that's a little bit smaller. Now, this new one can hold a small person, and, but it was the right size
thank
for
you for
me.
using the politically correct term.
You're welcome. Um But the size was the size I was looking for, and I'm not paying top dollar for it. The other thing is too, it looked very clean, brand new, like it had the wheels on it looked like that it has never been used.
Mm.
And I was like, yeah, but that's the one I want. And so that's the one I ended up getting, and I got it for 50% off. So
Nice. And
yeah.
so, and it can hold 1/3 of the lollipop guild. And that's the selling
Yeah.
point.
Honestly. So, and again, that one was in a guest room upstairs. It wasn't in my usual rooms that I go to. But whenever I go to a estate sale, if I don't have to use the bathroom, I'm going to hit all of the house to make sure I didn't miss anything.
What if you do have to use the bathroom? What do you do then?
Then I leave and I go use the bathroom.
Yeah.
But it was also on that last day. So for people that are like, hey, yeah, I want to do the same thing. I want to go get a good deal on the last day of an estate sale. A lot of estate sale companies, they have a minimum to use a credit card or a debit card, and underneath that, you have to have cash. And a
Mm.
couple of people in line in front of me did not know that that was the
Mm.
policy, so they ended up leaving their stuff there.
Oh, that's hard, man.
Yeah. So, that's the other thing of, like, whenever you go garage selling, estate selling, like, make sure you have some cash on you.
See, that all would have been that made it really difficult to do the service I did for you and mom. And I only asked you guys to pay for what you bought. There was no service fee here. So we might have to revisit this on a later episode or in some of our bonus Patreon content. But uh, I had no idea as to what you guys would be interested in. I'm just running around this house taking pictures of all these porcelain figures and these planners and this silverware. And here's this porcelain parrot. And here's these pillows. And I was so completely random and disjointed as to what you guys found interesting. Like clearly we're interested in a lot of the yard stuff, the
Yeah.
planners and stuff like that. And then you're like, I want the butterflies. I want the parrot. And it's like,
By the way, they're not butterflies, they're moths,
oh damn. Get your
which
money back.
make them much creepier.
Yes, they are a little bit more Clarice, aren't they? Yeah.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah. I will say this too. Because I'm buying things that I have like whenever I buy something, I automatically know where I'm going to put that in my house. Our mother bought things because she thought, "Oh, that's pretty," or "That looks expensive." And like I would ask you like, "Hey, how much are they asking for it?" Well, if they're not willing to come down, I'm not willing to pay for it. Our mother was just like, "No, I'll just get it." I'm like,
Yeah,
"Oh my god."
yeah. She's got that teacher retirement money, you know.
Well, the other thing is too, and part of it is because we live in different parts of the state. I know like some of the things that, and she ended up buying some things for me that I was like, no, I'm not going to pay amount for it. Which I do appreciate her buying that. But I also know off of Facebook Marketplace, I could have gotten those things for what I wanted to spend on it, which is why I'm like, no, I'll just hold out for something else. Like it, not a big deal for me. But I think she also likes the treasure hunting piece of it, whether you're actually hunting for treasure or whether you're buying treasure or you've just won out on the Price is Right game of I won at that estate sale because I bought all this stuff.
That would probably be a huge hit, is to just gamify and televise some of these resale situations.
Um, we're going to talk about that in an upcoming episode.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad I thought of it.
Hmm. Well, that's what I got for this week, Jake.
All right. Thank you. You're welcome.
Goodbye.
Bye.